It's quite the find. Hello friends, and welcome back to Crow's Thrifty Finds. My name is Melanie. So for this week's video, we are going to be talking about video games, specifically Nintendo games. Now I am talking old school Nintendo, original Nintendo, the Nintendo Entertainment System games, and what games that they make that are good sellers. And some of these sell in crazy dollar amounts, so you will see very soon. I just kind of want to preface by saying that I am not by any means a video game reseller expert. I do pick up video games when I can find them. Video game hunting is kind of a very trendy thing in reselling. There's a lot of people that try to just do video games. I myself do not. Like I said, pick them up if I find them, but I do far beyond that. But I've compiled a list for you of 10 very, very profitable Nintendo games that are definitely worth picking up should you see them. And there's a lot of Nintendo games out there, so it's good to know which ones are going to make you really, really good money. So let's get into that list. Number one, I'm going to start with one that sells for super high prices just to get you all excited. So the Flintstones. The Flintstones game for Nintendo can sell for $2,200. That is quite a payday on a Nintendo game. Now, I'm guessing this one's pretty rare. Not going to be one you find easily per se, but maybe none of the ones on this list are, but you just never know. Rare, gems are out there, and you just never know when you might find a grail. So, yes, the Flintstones. Number two, DuckTales 2. So not so much the first DuckTales, but the sequel. Less popular, probably not as highly produced as the first DuckTales game for Nintendo, which I know I had on Nintendo, but I did not have the second one. So yeah, $300 this game sells for. So that could be a really good payday for somebody should you be able to locate it. Number three, another sequel, another Disney Afternoon show. I'm always talking about the Disney Afternoon because there's just so many Disney Afternoon bolos. And it's no exception when we're talking Nintendo games. So Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 2 sells slightly higher than DuckTales 2. We're talking $360. Sold comps on eBay all day long. So that is definitely a great game to pick up as well. I'm pretty sure the first one, you can get some good money for that as well, but not to this level. Next, we have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game for Nintendo, but it's specifically the Fighters version. I have not played this one, but it sells for around $200. So a great payday, again, should you be able to locate it. Next, we have a game called Zombie Nation. Zombie Nation sells for $537.99. Another great payday. These are bolos for sure. Next, there's a game called Cheetah Men. I had never heard of this one, but sells $435. Number 7, we have Snow Brothers. This game I do remember, and it was very fun if I remember correctly. Snow Brothers sells in the $300 range. This one here on the screen, $318.94. So keep your eyes open for Snow Brothers. Next we have Panic Restaurant. This one's a big one. This game sells for $765. So this is sort of a grail, if you will, as will be the next two on the list also when you see how much they sell for. Next game we're going to talk about is called Power Blade 2. Again, another one of those sequel games. The sequel ones are the money makers for Nintendo a lot of times. $1,247.22 that game has sold for. Now, granted, if you can find these games new, in general versus used, you're going to get even more money. I tried to pick mostly pre-owned games for this, but so, you get a little extra money when you have manuals and things like that. So that's just kind of important little detail. Just the more you've got to make it complete, the more money you'll make. Last but not least, by any means, is a video game called Little Samson. And this game here is the highest sold comp of any of the items that I've discussed thus far. This game sells for, drumroll please, $2,716.66. So this is big, huge profits. So this is definitely the game to find. This is definitely a grail. I'm well aware of how rare this game probably is, as are probably most of the games on this list, but it is still good to know because you never know when a grail will find you, right? And it just helps that much more to be aware of what the big ticket items are, because so often I've seen Nintendo games and I've asked myself, is this a good one? Is it not? So then you have to, take the time and look it up. But at least, now you have this nice comprehensive list of really valuable Bolo Nintendo games. And I hope you've liked this video. If you haven't, please hit that like button now for me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribing. I do make weekly content, or at least I try my very, very best. And yeah, it's a wide diversity of topics. So this is actually the first video game one, but I imagine in time I could do another as long as this one, is well received. But in the meantime, I'm going to be signing off for now. My name is Melanie again, and this is Crow's Thrifty Finds, and I will see you next time.